It's Thursday, November 12th, 2020. So here we are yet again today. Another 709,000 people go jobless. That was the jobless claims that came out this morning. That is the amount of people that filed first-time jobless claims last week. 709,000. And I'm reading this right here on CNBC. Weekly jobless claims fall again and in another sign of labor market improvement. Can you believe this? That this is good news, that these people at CNBC are telling us that this is market improvement, that this is a good sign for the labor market by losing another 709,000. Last week we lost 750,000. That was the number that we got last Thursday for the previous week. Right now, as I make this video, 21 million people are collecting benefits. Now, think about how many people have rolled off the dole who are no longer receiving these benefits because they've expired. How many people were ineligible to even apply for these benefits? So we easily have, no doubt, over 30 million people in America jobless at this point. Many of you say that number is much higher, 40, 50 million. And I'm not going to disagree with you. The amount of people in America right now that are jobless is historic. And we haven't seen numbers like this since the Great Depression. Again, over 20 million people receiving benefits at this point. Really a sign of what's happening with this economy. We see the stock market, Dow Jones, at near all-time highs, pulled back a little bit over 300 points today, but it's over 29,000 points, I think, or right around 29,000. And people think that's wonderful news. Wow, we have tens of millions of people not working. And I was reading an article today, also on CNBC, Chipotle to open its first digital-only restaurant as online orders soar. So it is going to get harder and harder for people to find jobs. If you go into a Walmart, which I haven't done in probably a year, but I was at a Lowe's about a month ago, and there's no human cashier there. It's all self-checkout. They have one person that may help you check out, but they're just going into this direction of automation and technology where they are just pushing real human beings out of the way and basically saying they don't need you. You're going to see self-checkouts at more and more stores. Again, Walmart, Lowe's, Chipotle now. You can just go in, use your digital money, and make an order and walk right out with it. They're not even going to need human beings. So everything's heading towards automation, robotics, and all of this technology coming where millions of people will be losing jobs. And so as we see tens of millions of people going jobless, it is going to get harder and harder to find a job. CNBC today, typical person yanked $12,000 from their 401k during the crisis. This according to Vanguard. And it just really makes you think how many people are really hurting right now. When we see people pulling money out of their 401ks and their retirement savings, people living off of credit cards, and it is going to get much worse. If you think that this is the bad times, you haven't seen anything yet. This is just the beginning. So many people have no idea what is about to hit them. Chicago issues stay-at-home order as infection cases continue to rise. Now, whether you believe in this infection or you don't, that's up to you. But I bring it up because no matter what you believe in, we can all believe that the economic impact that we're going to see from these closures is going to be substantial. We've already seen so many small, medium businesses absolutely vaporized. We've seen the U.S. economy vaporized. We're seeing mass money printing in order to just sustain things, which are going to be absolutely unsustainable. But the government just keeps printing money to keep this whole economy on life support. But it's going to get much worse. In Chicago, if you're unfortunate enough to live in Chicago, you're only going to be allowed to leave home to go to work, go to school, take care of essential needs, doctor's appointments, grocery store, things like that. This is going to go into effect Monday, 6 a.m. And they're also asking that you not have guests over at your home and that you cancel your Thanksgiving. And I'm reading things that they're saying that they're not going to allow more than 10 people at a residence, 10 family members at a residence. So this is really kind of scary, but what are the economic implications here with everything shut down? I mean, this is a nail in the coffin for so many restaurants, small and medium businesses, the retailers, et cetera, in Chicago. This is really, really bad news. New York to impose curfew on restaurants, bars, and gyms as this infection worsens across the U.S. Another article today. All of these businesses must close by 10 p.m. So you look at the restaurants, they're allowed limited capacity, and now they must close by 10 p.m. Bars closing 10 p.m. It's unbelievable the economic impact this is going to have in these cities. I mean, you look at what is Chicago, the third biggest city in the country, New York, the first biggest country, or the first biggest city in the country. The economic impact that these closures are going to have is going to be humongous. California, infection rules mean lengthy Disneyland closure and more pressure for Disneyland earnings and local economy. So what's happening near my area here, I'm in Riverside County, Orange County, Disneyland's about an hour and a half away. The parks here, all the theme parks in California remain shuttered, and they're going to remain shuttered well into 2021. With Disneyland closed for the Orange County area, the economy is absolutely in jeopardy. When you look at the businesses, it's not just Disneyland, but look at the businesses that depend on Disneyland being open. Hotels, restaurants, shuttle companies, retailers, the airlines, people who fly from other countries and other states right here into Southern California just to go to Disneyland, the Lyft and Uber drivers, the taxi cab drivers, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, Disneyland is literally an economy unto its own when it comes to Southern California. U.S. airline employment to reach lowest level in decades after infection cuts 90,000 jobs. U.S. airline jobs job cuts are set to fall to 90,000 full-time positions by the end of the year. And what's also interesting in this article, also on CNBC, Thanksgiving week capacity will be down close to 39% from a year ago, compared with a 47% drop in the first 2.5 weeks of November. So the airline companies are being absolutely decimated. And what do they want? They want another $25 billion. They want us to give them another $25 billion so they can keep their employees employed. But what about you? Are you employed? Did your company get a bailout in order to support you? So if the business isn't there, I mean, why are we supporting people just to have a job if the business isn't there? I'm sorry, but I think we're going to have to see some of these companies, some of these corporations shrink a bit, downsize a little bit. And stop relying on the taxpayer to bail everybody out just so that everybody has a job. I believe in capitalism and free markets, and if people aren't traveling, why are we employing people if we don't need them? I believe that these companies got way too big, and let's not forget the amount, the tens of billions of dollars of corporate buybacks. These companies save no money, save no cash for a rainy day, and every time there's a problem, just like the stock market, they want the government to step in and just give them free money. Zero Hedge today, the housing bubble is going to bust. Very good article. If you get a chance, check it out. Remember, don't listen to me. Make sure you're doing your own diligence, doing your own homework, because look, knowledge is power. The more you know about what is going on, the better you are going to prepare for what is coming. Based on present missed payment rates, consumers will accumulate at least $100 billion in housing debt by January 2021. If you think things are bad now, wait till you see what's coming in 2021. We are going to begin to see the fallout, the blowback from all this money printing, from these forbearances, from these rental moratoriums, from all this money printing. We're going to begin to see some of the ramifications. The article goes on and talks about the infection, growth, the contraction in the economy, unemployment rising. We're going to see personal income fall. We're going to see consumers continue to miss rent payments and mortgage payments. Rent moratoriums and mortgage moratoriums are going to fail. Consumers are going to rely more and more on credit cards in order to make payments on their mortgages, on their rent payments. Small business and apartment landlords, borrowers are going to default on mortgages, and we are going to see a flood of single-family residences, apartment buildings, condos. We're going to see these begin in 2021 to start flooding the market. We're also going to see consumer spending begin to really die. Everything seems calm at the moment. The Dow was just up, Monday, up over 800 points, as high as 1,600 points at one point in the day. It may feel, ladies and gentlemen, like there is no storm out there, but the worst is yet to come. And I really hope that every one of you is preparing for the storm, because as calm as it is, as nice as it is out, beautiful evening here, there is a massive storm off the horizon there, and you better be ready. Pfizer CEO sold $5.6 million of stock as company announced vaccine data that sent shares soaring. Monday, the shares jumped 15%. Albert Bourla, the CEO, well, he sold 132,508 shares for $5.6 million. Again, people are telling you and I that there's no manipulation, there's no fraud in these markets. You've got to be kidding me. Check that out on CNBC. Kodak executives received millions in stock for options they never owned, $5.1 million to be exact. So while we continue to watch this fraud, criminality, the people at the very top getting the bailouts and now getting $5.1 million in stock options that they never even owned. My question is to all of you, where's your stimulus check? Where's your bailout? Where's your stock options? Where's your help? It is going to be a very critical time here in American history, a critical time in this economy in 2021. And take every day to put the odds in your favor, to pick the right side of this wealth transfer. Because if you don't work for companies like Pfizer and Kodak, and you're not a CEO, and you're not at the top 1% of that pyramid, you're going to be on your own. And so as I make this video in this early evening, this beautiful Thursday out here in the desert, I really, really hope that you're all doing your due diligence. I really hope that you're all doing some homework and really thinking outside of the box and thinking independently for yourself, for your family. Because if you're going to continue to trust in these markets and these banks, these financial institutions, the trust in these big CEOs and these big corporations, that they have your best interests at heart, you're sadly mistaken. You better wake up and get out of the matrix, because things are going critical here, and things are going to get very, very dicey here economically, socially, and politically. So continue to stay on track, continue to stay focused. It may be calm, it may be a beautiful evening, but there is a huge, huge storm out there, and it is going to reckon this economy sooner or later. And I believe that it is going to be much sooner than most believe. So make sure that you're not believing everything you see on the television. Continue to research and do your due diligence. Knowledge is power. Look, everything is turning into an illusion. These markets are a complete illusion. Look what's happening to the real economy. Mass layoffs are coming. We just got the job data today. Another 709,000 people filed first-time jobless claims last week. These are horrific numbers, and how anybody could be telling you or I that things are rebounding, that things are getting better. That's a bold face lie. Make sure that you are preparing. I believe we don't have a lot of time. Time is not on your side. If you're watching this video and you're not prepared, you need to begin today. Food, water, medical supplies, gold, silver, some cash. Your biggest enemy going into this depression that has already begun is going to be debt. Debt will just be an anchor on your leg, and it's going to pull you straight down into the abyss. So do what you can to get your debts under control. If you can pay your debts off, get your debts paid off. Get prepared, ladies and gentlemen. Things are going to get extremely dangerous. I do not see where the economic good news is. If you have that good news for us, if you have the light at the end of the tunnel, what's going to pull America out of this depression, what's going to bring jobs back to America, as we're going now to be competing against robotics and technology, which is going to replace millions of jobs. Tell me where the good news is, where the light at the end of the tunnel is going to be. Because I see China getting stronger and stronger, but they manufacture and they make things and they've worked on their infrastructure. What is America doing? How is America going to get out of this depression? Comment down below, let me know. And please make sure to share this video with everyone you know, don't know, blast it all over your social media. God bless every one of you. Walk close to God. Pray for America. Talk to you very soon.